So a friend of mine has SIDEREAL CONFLUENCE game, which is absolutely awesome, and I loved it so much that I got my own edition, but this one is remastered. What's up everybody, welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. My name is Daniel and today we are going to compare SIDEREAL CONFLUENCE to a new remastered edition. Now this game, for some strange reason, I absolutely adore, and there is not a single thing in here that I should be loving. But somehow this game is like epically awesome. So without further ado, let me show you the differences between the games and between the components, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. Okay, so I will not go through every component because there's like a zillion cards, little cubes and everything. Just going to show you some differences just so you get a feel of the new edition and how it looks. So previously, for each race got these like pamphlet. Unfortunately, it was just one-sided, so it took a lot of space on the table. This could easily be double-sided, a little bit smaller, so you could have more space because this game is a table hog. It really requires a lot of space. And for example, these Yengenyaik, however they are pronounced, it says here, but I will not try to pronounce it. Now it looks like this, which as you can see is way smaller. It's like half the paper, and on the other side you have all the explanation of all the abilities and everything, and over here you have the background and the confluence stuff and all that. So that's the first big change that I really like with the new edition. So this takes way less space, so you have more space for your cards and everything. And of course all the other races have the same look. It's double-sided, explaining all their abilities and everything. So from other not so important stuff are these tiles. They look now they look like this. So it's a little bit of difference, a little bit more of a different style that suits the new edition, but it's nothing major. Everything is still clearly visible what is what. And next big thing are these cards would usually represent the research bid track. You would use these cards for that, but now luckily they made us also a cardboard component, which are really good. So these replaced those cards, which I really fancy. From resources, the main part of these games are these resources. So previous resources were wooden cubes in different colors, and those eight-sided shapes, those the most specific, the best resources in the game, they now look like this. As you can see, they are way bigger than the previous resources in the game, way bigger. And bigger cubes like the yellow, blue and black are now, as you can see, like a huge enormous cubes, and the smaller cubes are a little bit smaller. So that's the main difference in the resource part of this game. Also, victory point tokens look like these. Now they are more like star tokens with the same denomination. So that's that. And we can close it in a little bit on the camera, just so I can show you the cards itself. So the planets, yeah, they looked like this, and the other side was this. It looked like it tells you what it is. On the other side, you know, like the regular planets. And now they look something like this, which as you can see is way better looking, way better improvement. If you ask me, I really like the artwork on the new edition. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. So we have that. And the last thing, I'm just gonna show you a few cards from same from this Yengi Society. So these were now you have this card and tells you for with which resources you start. And as you can see, I haven't like found the same exact machines, you know, to compare it to. So this is the starting card to compare it one by one, but basically just to show you how the information is presented now, but how it was previously presented, as you can see. And these look really, really good. Oh, I could even center them a little bit more, right? So, yeah, these are the new ones, these are the old ones. Much clearer information now, what is what. Not that there was any problem with this one, but I find this way clearer now, way more interesting, so to say. So, yeah, besides that, everything else is pretty much the same. So, and of course, artwork is a little bit different, but yeah, in essence, that's the difference between the remastered edition and the first edition of Sidereal Confluence. Okay, so that was Sidereal Confluence Remastered Edition. Now, this remastered edition from WizKids is basically the same game. The rules are a little bit more clear. There's a little bit more of an examples. There's like a how to play little guide that didn't previously exist, and everything is put more coherently on its boards and everything. So basically, they are the same game. I think there is no difference in races, or they didn't do any balancing or anything. If I'm not mistaken, I think they are one for one the same. If I'm wrong, I apologize. Do tell me in the comments below if there are some significant differences between those two games. But yeah, Sidereal Confluence. It is, as I already stated, it's a game that I should absolutely hate. It has trading, and you are doing it live while everybody is yelling at each other like, I have this, do you want to trade this? I will trade you this. And I always trade badly in the games. I never know what something is worth, but in this game it's done in such a beautiful way. It just explains you one bigger cube is worth like 2 cubes, and the one with the 8 sides is worth like 2 bigs or 4 small, something like that. I really can't remember right now. I think I'm saying the numbers wrong, but still, I just adore it. I don't know what it is about this game, but I absolutely love it. So much so that I wanted to have my own edition of Sidereal Confluence, because my friend is not in town. He is studying in another city. He is not here so much, and I really want to have an option to play it whenever I want. Of course, also expect to see the review of expansion, because I already have an expansion for it. I definitely do, because for the new one, and I will check it out. But yeah, overall, that's the Sidereal Confluence against the remastered version against the old one. I think it's a great game. If you are like a sucker for artwork, as I am, you will probably get yourself a new edition. But if you already have an old edition, as I said, I don't think there's a significant changes, but still, I would probably just buy the new edition. Like in some other games, I just like new artwork, maybe some better rulebook, stuff like that. In this scenario, I didn't replace it because, as I said, I borrowed it from a friend, so I can just compare it. But yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, for spending time with me, your precious time. Thank you for all your support. Do support me on Patreon. There is a link in the description down below. You can support this channel that way, and you will be able to decide which videos you want to see, top list, stuff like that. All the things I just throw out there on my Patreon for Patreons to decide. So yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, pozdrav. Now, without further ado, without any more, pause, weird pause. To the table, let me show you what the differences are, and then we're gonna talk a little.